It happened in broad daylight, an altercation between a large group of motorcyclists and a family inside an SUV, caught on a violent video that's gone viral. And now that's crucial evidence for the NYPD. The driver badly beaten and now recovering. But one biker could be paralyzed for life. Now, with both sides hurling accusations and charges being filed, what really happened? Here's ABC's Lindsay Janis.
Imagine being out for a drive with your family on a Sunday afternoon, and suddenly you're surrounded by a swarm of motorcycles, roaring engines, angry bikers in every direction. That's what happened this weekend on a major highway in New York City, before this scary confrontation spun violently out of control. And it's all caught on camera. Inside that black SUV, 33-year-old banker Alexian Leon, his wife, and their young child. Watch as one biker appears to stop short. When the SUV hits him, the entire group of bikers comes to a grinding halt. That's when police say some of the motorcyclists got off their bikes and attacked Leon's car.
They take their helmets and they start to dent his car, and apparently his tires are slashed there with a knife.
Leon pulls off in terror, plowing through the crowd and severely injuring one biker as he escapes. Enraged, the rest of the group takes off in hot pursuit. A 3-mile high-speed chase in broad daylight. And after 4 terrifying minutes, the motorcyclists swarm the SUV once again. That's when one rider ditches his bike and tears open the driver's side door. Leon pulls it back and speeds off again, though he's not safe for long. Now trapped in traffic on this Manhattan street with nowhere to hide, the bikers attack. One of them smashing the driver's side window with his helmet, another using his fists. That's when the video cuts out. But police say Leon's nightmare continues. He's beaten in front of his family and left on the road in a pool of his own blood. He was later treated and released at a nearby hospital. But the biker that Leon mowed down as he tried to get away wasn't so lucky. Tonight, that man, 32-year-old Edwin Mieses, is fighting for his life.
All his ribs are broken. His spine is broken in 2 places. And he's never gonna walk. Never gonna walk again.
The wife of Mieses defends her husband and the other riders.
Everyone got worried, everyone stops. My husband stops, doesn't throw his bike, parks it, and walks on over to try to help the guy.
Mieses' brother agrees.
He's watching too much Sons of Anarchy. I mean, I don't even know how to put it. But he assumed that he was going to be hurt, and that was not the case at all.
The police are not so sure.
Well, it depends on what the circumstances are. It depends on whether or not your vehicle is being attacked, whether or not you think you're being attacked, whether or not your wife and child is in your car. You have to look at the totality of the circumstances, and that's what we're doing.
But who were these bikers and what were they doing in New York City? Gatherings like these, a kind of biker flash mob, happen all over the country. Basically, groups of riders organize elaborate stunts and temporarily take over highways, just for laughs. This past January in California, a group of bikers blocked a 4-lane freeway just so that one of the riders could propose to his girlfriend. He celebrates by spinning his wheels to create a cloud of pink smoke. The group of thrill seekers that took to Manhattan last weekend call themselves the Hollywood Stunts. Last year, they invaded Times Square, posting this video online. But this year, police were determined not to let that happen.
Quite frankly, it wasn't on anybody's radar screen last year. We were aware of it this year and did a fair amount of enforcement.
They arrested 15 riders and confiscated 55 bikes over the weekend. ABC News contacted Hollywood Stunts. They told us under no circumstances do we condone any type of violence, hate, or any riding that can harm pedestrians or riders. But we found helmet cam video posted by a member of the group from 2 years ago showing similar reckless behavior. The bikers weaving in and out of traffic and ending up attacking this car. We wanted to better understand the motivation behind these rides and the stunts that so often go along with them.
I've been in similar riding situations, so let's go and check it out.
So we decided to take a drive today with professional stunt rider Nick Karipis, who learned his trade out on the open road.
So here we are, Nick, about where that initial confrontation happened, that initial accident between the SUV and one of the bikers.
Nick used to participate in organized stunt rides like the one last Sunday.
And I can tell you right away, before you go any further, this stretch of road is straight and smooth. So if it were me, this would be a great section to do a trick.
And all of the bikers stopped and surrounded the SUV. Did they all need to stop? Why did they all stop?
Right. That is the question. And
Do you know why? Is it code?
These guys are probably, they want separation between the group of bikes and the cars behind them to do their tricks. So if I'm just hypothetical, if there was a car too close and you're trying to do these tricks, you would want them to back away.
Disrupting traffic to do tricks is, of course, entirely illegal. But Nick says that doesn't stop many stunt riders.
When you got more than one bike on the road, you got one guy might pop it up, or some guy might try to do a wheelie, then the other guy's gonna say, hey, watch this. And when you get more people in the group, they kind of egg each other on.
Nick has since reformed his street riding ways and now only performs his stunts on closed courses. He says other riders should do the same.
If they want to exceed the speed limit, if they want to do any type of stunts, if you will, I mean, there's a time and a place, and it's not in the street.
As for this weekend's street ride gone terribly wrong, police have made some progress, arresting this biker and charging him with reckless endangerment for causing the accident that triggered the horrific chain of events. They're also questioning another suspect who police believe may be the man seen here pounding the SUV with his fists. They're still searching for this biker. More evidence of this hobby's serious consequences, not just for the stunt devils themselves, but for those of us that have to share the road with them.
We have new video to show you this morning of the biker road rage attack in New York City. Several men can be seen kicking the driver of an SUV while he laid on the ground. Police say Alexian Lean was pulled out of his vehicle. A Good Samaritan is seen stepping in to try and stop the assault. A fourth suspect was arrested yesterday, and now the man who shot the original video sparking the outrage is breaking his silence. Our senior correspondent John Miller is here with a story you'll see only on CBS This Morning.
It was supposed to be a leisurely ride through New York City, and some in this group of motorcycles were intentionally slowing down other cars on the road so that the rest of them could pass safely. Kevin Bresloff turned on his helmet camera shortly after the riders encountered the black Range Rover, says his lawyer, Andrew Vasari.
From speaking to him, what he saw, or what he believes that he saw, was a water bottle come out of the sunroof of the car.
Of the SUV?
Yes.
As if someone threw it?
Correct.
What happened next is not in dispute. There was a collision, then a confrontation. Suddenly, the black Range Rover peels off, hitting some of the riders. A chase ensues until the SUV, now with its tire slashed, gets stuck in traffic. Some riders attack the vehicle and eventually its driver. But that part isn't captured on Bresloff's video. It was widely discussed after the video was posted on YouTube that before the assault, the cameraman cut the camera off. Is that what happened?
We absolutely deny that allegation. We categorically deny that he in any way tampered with the video.
Or that there's any more after that of the incident.
It's a shame. In other words, but that's when it died. The battery just stopped working. There's no more footage.
Bresloff told CBS This Morning, quote, "Based on the sole fact that I ride a motorcycle, the public has decided I am a thug or a gang member. This is simply not true. I was a spectator of these unfortunate events that occurred." What's going through his mind? Is he saying, should I intervene? Should I get in the middle of this? Does he think he's still rolling? Is he standing there to record it?
I believe he thought that he was still rolling. From speaking to him, it happened so quickly. In other words, it was shocking, terrifying, never expected this to happen at all, and literally was just documenting it like he documented from the beginning to the end. In other words, I'm taping it. Originally it was, I want the police to see that this man hit a motorcycle, ran over motorcycle riders.
Bresloff is not being treated like a suspect. He is considered a witness, and he doesn't expect to face any charges. And it's important to note, his video is not the only one in this case. The chain of events was captured on surveillance cameras, highway cameras, cell phone videos, iPads, and other bystanders. And as we saw before this piece, and that wasn't Breslov's video of the actual beating, some of those pictures are starting to come out.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of the man who took the video?
All right, so I sat with him last night for a while. I took him through his story. He seems like a guy who has fallen into this thing way over his head. I don't think he expected this to. He shot that video, Charlie, and uploaded it to YouTube because that's how he handles his video. It had 400,000 hits in the morning. It's got 6 or 7 million now. This was not what he thought was going to happen here.
You believe it, that the battery just went out right as the attack was happening?
You know, that is the kind of thing that begs the question. But the police have executed a search warrant at his home. They've been through his computers and materials looking to see, is there any more, where's the rest? And there's no indication that it exists.
So let's step back. There's some other new developments in this road rage case. A 4th person has now been arrested. What do we know about that individual? And what do we know about what you've reported? There were some undercover cops and other officers that were involved.
So another arrest of somebody actually allegedly involved in the assault. And, you know, now we have a situation where a detective has come forward, another police officer is getting ready to come forward. That didn't happen yesterday. There are 2 other police officers who are in the ride. So the police department has not actually sat down and done the Q&A with all of them. So this picture is unfolding more slowly than investigators would like.
Now to the trial of those motorcyclists who attacked a family in their SUV on the highway nearly 2 years ago, beating up the driver. You may remember this frightening video. The driver's wife was on the stand on Tuesday. Her terrified 911 call played in court, and ABC's Lindsay Davis is here with that story. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Robin. 2 of those bikers now standing trial, and for the first time, we're hearing from the mother in that family besieged by motorcyclists as she describes being under attack and trying to protect her 2-year-old baby. This video of a family on a Sunday drive in an SUV chased for 3 miles by a motorcycle gang sparked outrage 2 years ago. The father, Alexian Leon, ripped from the SUV and beaten. Now, for the first time this morning, we're hearing 911 calls from inside that car. A mother frightened not only for her husband, but scared for the life of her 2-year-old daughter in the back seat.
They're attacking our car right now with a baby in the car, and it's really scary.
Rosalind Ng, Alexian's wife, testified in court yesterday that the bikers also tried to drag her out of the car, but couldn't because she still had her seatbelt on.
We have a baby in the car! Hello?
She retreated to her child in the back seat, filled with shattered glass. The ordeal began when at least 30 bikers followed the family's black SUV following a motorcycle rally. A traffic nightmare follows. Leon caught inside it. He bumps into one of the choppers. The bikers swarm him, slashing his tires. Leon, trying to make a break for it, guns it, running over one of the bikers. The pack chases him for 3 miles. And then this. Fortunately, mother and child were rescued by emergency rescue personnel. On Monday, Alexian Leon told a judge that he felt in complete fear for my life, for my wife's, and for my daughter's. And this is certainly one of those cases where cell phone video so crucial in getting a basic understanding of what happened here and will likely be pivotal in the outcome. George.
No question about that. Okay, Lindsay, thanks very much.